I'm doing a audio commentary on the movie Beyond the Pines. So basically what I'm going to do is, as the movie is playing on Netflix, I'm going to be narrating the movie as well as showing and explaining things I like about the movie as if I'm doing a commentary like they do commentaries on DVDs. Main reason why I'm doing this is because I really like this movie, and I've always wanted to do an audio commentary on a movie that I was in. But right now, I'm not in any movies, so I'm doing this instead. So, if you want to listen to this, and then watch the movie as well, the movie again is called The Place Beyond the Pines, and I am at the 32, 33, 34, 35 mark. So right now, the little credits are rolling by of saying who's in the movie. In the background, you hear the actor Ryan Gosling breathing heavily, but not in a sexual way, in more of a relaxing way. The first thing we see is Ryan Gosling's torso area, and he's flinging around a knife. The intro to this movie is one of my favorite intros to movies, just in general, because it's different. Instead of just looking at his face, you're kind of it's the angle is out of place, so you can watch him play with a switchblade knife. Right now, we haven't seen Ryan Gosling's face at all in the beginning of the film. We're just right now, the camera is following him walking through what seems to be like a traveling circus. That's another thing what I like about the intro to this movie is how simple it is. It's how are we going to introduce this character and his environment? We'll just follow him around. And as he's walking, as I'm analyzing his walk, he seems very confident, he knows what he's doing. He's got this, He's not slouching at all. He's very just I got this. So, as he's walking, all the little credits music is by, producer, stuff like that. So now we're realizing that Ryan Gosling's character is named Handsome Luke, and he is a stunt dirt bike rider, and him and the Heartthrobs, his gang of motorcycle gentlemen, are going to be going into a metal ball and then driving around doing tricks inside the metal ball. It's a giant ball. It's not like a tiny little ball where they were then turned small and then put into a ball. It's a giant sphere that they're going inside. I should have said sphere instead of ball. So far, Ryan Gosling has said absolutely nothing. And I think that's why I like him as an actor, because I talk way too much, and then he's able to talk without talking, and that to me is fascinating. So right now, there's 3 motorcyclists inside the metal sphere, and they're just kind of going around in different directions. And in my mind, while watching it, it seems this makes sense because gravity, if each one drives a little bit slower, and then they'll be able to do it. But I'm pretty sure in real life, if you were inside of a metal sphere and you were driving around and around while 2 other people were driving around, it'd be a very different experience. But because I'm here, it seems easy to me. So, and this scene fades, and he's sending autographs to a bunch of children with a cigarette in his mouth, which just kind of shows his character. You know, I live dangerously. I look badass, even in front of kids. There's a lot of dead air, I think. There's going to be a lot of dead air on this because I'm watching it while I'm doing this. So hopefully you are also watching this while I'm doing this. I wonder if I turn. Let's see if this works. There was just a second ago, while Eva Mendes, we could say, we don't really know who she is. We just know they've known each other from the past. There was a scene where the angle, I'm just going to say it went sideways. So you could see them standing there, but it wasn't, I don't know what it's called. I got to figure out terms and terminology if I'm going to start doing this more. But there's basically a scene where you see them standing, and behind them is just the merry-go-round and the lights. And it was just for a split second, just as if it was just gonna be this romantic kind of love story. And this really isn't a romantic love story. This is a life story, I guess. I don't know. And just so we're all on the same page, right now, Ryan Gosling gave handsome Luke gave Eva Mendez's character named Ro, R-O, a ride home. He asked if she wanted to get a drink. She said, I have somebody, I'm with somebody right now, just wanted to see him. He drives off. It's very interesting because he didn't seem angry or upset. He just seemed like, oh, that's cool. And then just very kind of that's fine. Very Buddhist in a way. So Luke is it's the next day, and Luke is at Rose's house, and he's knocking on the door. Her mom, Rose's mom, again, she's an adult, just so we're on the same page, comes out holding a baby, and she is currently telling handsome Luke that the baby is his because a year prior he met Rose. She got pregnant, and then he left because he's part of the traveling circus, and now he's realizing he's a dad. And Rose's mom just is handing him the baby, and he's holding his son for the very first time right now. By the way, if you're not watching this and you're like, I wonder what handsome Luke looks like, he's covered in tattoos. He's got a face tattoo of a knife with a teardrop, neck tattoo. I don't really know what the neck tattoo says because I thought it said turbo, but the O and the B are switched, so unless he has dyslexia, I have no clue what it says. Right now he's at the diner where Ro works. He's walking very quickly. It's weird to say if he were angry because he doesn't look angry, but he seems very focused. And very nervous, I guess, in a way. And he sits down at the diner. Rose walking through with food. She realizing he's there, and he's about to discuss the baby with her. Like, hey, why don't you talk about a baby?
I baptize you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. This child of yours has been enlightened by Christ. His to walk always as a child of light. God the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ has freed you from sin. He now anoints you with the chrism of salvation, as Christ was anointed priest, prophet, and king. So may you always live as a member of his body, sharing everlasting life. Amen. In the name of this child, in the spirit of a common sonship, let us pray together in the words our Lord has given us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us. The Almighty God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit bless you. Amen. Now, as we receive our new member into our parish, let us all welcome him with great joy.
I don't know if you heard, because if you picked up the audio, but right now they're in a church, and baby Jason, and Rose, man, that's not handsome Luke, were at a church, and just the way the camera, I guess, what I realized with, I don't know if it's the editing or the camera angle, but the angle of the camera, it's not just straight in your face, it's kind of to the side and very close. It was interesting to watch a very touching scene where Ryan Gosling is crying because he's in the back of the church watching his son he just met a couple of days ago get baptized. And it wasn't like he was sitting there and he was crying and he was bawling. But like his facial muscles, because I don't know any other words than that, were just very expressive, but also very subtle. We're like, oh, I believe you're upset. And I'm sitting here, but I'm not, going like, man, could have done better. Like, he did a fantastic job looking upset and sad and just filled with emotion. And it's like sitting there and I'm thinking, like, man, that seems easy. But, yeah, in your head it seems easy. But there's a camera and there's people behind you. And you're trying to do this scene really well, so then you could do the next scene of this movie, you know. It seems crazy hard to be able to do that. And I wonder if that's just him, or practice, or if it actually is acting classes where they go, this is how you do it, and then some people know exactly what that means, while some people don't know what that means, you know. It's a lot of variables I'm thinking about now when it comes to movies, and that's why I like doing this commentary thing that I want to keep doing for a while. As I was talking, handsome Luke met this dude who was riding a ATV. Handsome Luke was riding his dirt bike, and ATV guy was like, hey, you're a real good driver. You need to ride into town. So he hops in his truck, and they're driving into town right now. They're having a conversation about if he wants a job, if Handsome Luke wants a job, and he's like, yeah, I could get a job working for you, or whatever. Yeah.
Jobs or whatever, you know, this is not enough for you. I do everything there is to do to a car. I know how to do it. Anything you don't know, I can teach you. You know, and I got a trailer down here. Stay there if you want. Yeah, see, she's shy. Where is it? Where's the box? That's true. She got it? No, she ain't gonna get it, man. I live out here all alone. Yeah, I live here. Some people can stay for a while, you know. pay you more, I would. You know, you're good at what you do, man. Really good.
I can fix up that old Mack truck that's sitting there like
Well, that's good. You can go ahead and fix it up, but I don't have the money to pay you. You know, there are other things that could be done, you know.
Like what?
Like to rob a bank.
You're full of shit.
I'm not full of shit. I've done it 4 times myself. I stopped 12 years ago. It was getting too hot.
As long as you don't do it too many times, you're fine.
You got a kid. You want to provide for that kid. You want to maybe edge out your competition. You got to do that using your skill set. Your skill set, very unique. Who you said?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. Well, good luck supporting the family on minimum wage.
It's my son. I should be around him. I was around my dad. Look the way I turned out. Look, I want to take care of you. I want to take care of my son. That's my job. Let me do my job.
Okay, how are you going to take care of him?
Don't say it like that.
So how are you going to take care of me?
Don't talk down to me.
Question, I'm not talking down to you. It's just a question.
I'll find a way to do it.
The 2 seconds was crazy intense. I don't know. It just gets me every time. Where just asking him how he's going to take care of his family because he doesn't have a job, doesn't really have an education. He used to work for the circus, you know. Not a lot of, you know, stuff he's got. And just, you could tell the moment he got really angry, like, don't talk down to me. And it's interesting how, like, she saw that. And then very, like, nurturing, like, I'm not talking down to you. It's just a question. It's, like, oh, man. Like, a part of me wonders, like, was that in the script for him to get angry, and then for her to nurture? Or was that just how it came out? Or, you know, or... It intrigues me, like, we gotta do that scene again. It wasn't enough. Or was, like, did it just happen? Was it just happening where the 2 actors were just in the flow state of doing their job, and then it was recorded, and then editing, they're like, oh, this is it. This is the take we needed. We got it. You know? I was talking to some people about this movie, and they were talking about how Ryan Gosling is just a phenomenal, just quiet actor. Like, he acts in silence, and that just tells everything you need to know. I haven't seen Drive, so I don't know entirely, but when I watch this movie, and all the times I see him not talking, it's, to me, the best part. I don't know if it's because I talk too much, and I go, what would it be like to not talk, and for my words to still be expressed? But, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. In this movie, I like dirt bikes, and I like tattoos, and they're gonna go rob a bank, and I love heist movies, so I really enjoy watching this film, plus the camera angles are so different. To me, it's just, I like it when I notice things like how the camera moves, or different angles where, I wouldn't even think of doing that. He's like, this is different. I like it. I like how you're expressing the story through this camera angle in a different way. And I really wish I could learn to do that. That was really cool. I think it'd be cool to have directors and editors on the podcast. That'd be fun. I think I should start doing that. I should start kicking it with directors now. I don't know how to do that, but that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
I guess that's about right. It's gonna be good.
So what just happened was, if you're listening or just tuning in, Handsome Luke just robbed the bank very quickly, drove off in his dirt bike very quickly, robbed the guy who gave him his job, the ATV guy, was in a ice truck, or not an ice truck, a cube truck, and then Handsome Luke drove into the truck, and then they're driving off. This scene right here, it seemed true and honest, because, Handsome Luke is in the back of the truck, just pumping full of adrenaline, and, he's throwing up. He threw up. And to me, that's, probably yeah, you just robbed a bank. You're probably gonna throw up. But the reason why I like this scene so much is because, when I got my first tattoo, or my only tattoo, but first of many tattoos, if you will, the guy who tattooed me, we were talking about heist movies and how Point Break, and then the Point Break remake, and then The Place Beyond the Pines. And actually, he robbed a series of banks back in the day, and his name was the Ponytail Bandit. And he was talking about how The Place Beyond the Pines was a really, really legit heist movie, because that's exactly how it feels. Like, him throwing up in the back of the cube truck was like, yeah, that's how you feel. And the reason why he was afraid to see the first Point Break was because all his people he knew were like, hey, you robbed banks. Is this what it's like? You're like, that's not like it at all. Place Beyond the Pines is a lot more realistic. I just thought that was really interesting of how, this has been not a favorite movie, but to me, a really awesome movie that I really, really enjoy, knowing that, even though it's for entertainment, there's a little bit of realness to it I really enjoy.
Sounds gross, but it's not what I'm saying.
You fucking kidding me?
He's still a baby.
Bullshit. What kind of house are you running? No ice cream. Why can't he have that?
It's not like you can't have it, he just hasn't had it.
Can I give it to him?
You want to give him ice cream?
Yeah. I'll do something with him that's his first time. I'll look in his face when he tries ice cream. Every time he has ice cream for the rest of his life, he's gonna see my fucking face.
Okay, come on. Come on. Come on.
right there, that was a awesome, just like to me, just real cool scene. So we're watching Handsome Luke ride down the street real fast after robbing another bank, if you couldn't tell. So this time, the camera was inside of the cube truck, so we saw him driving into the cube truck, Rob pushing down the truck door at the next scene. To me, I just thought that was just really inventive. Like, we, the audience, know what's going to happen because we saw it the first time. So because we know what's going to happen, let's then do it a different way. But also just be it in a different way, but then do it in a different way. So instead of just like having an assumption, it's just, yeah.
Get it out the house now, man. I'm not fucking with you. Keep all this shit. Fuck you, man.
Sorry, this moment's real powerful. Like, this is the first real moment of aggression we've seen with Handsome Luke. So he was building not a dog crate. That doesn't make sense. A baby cage. What's it called? A baby bed where the baby can't fall out. And Rose, man, Coffee comes in and says, "Hey, get out, get out." And, the baby's crying, there's a lot of tension. Handsome Luke is telling Coffee to, "Hey, you're making the baby cry, calm down," while he's yelling, "Hey, get out of here." So Handsome Luke has a crowbar, or like a wrench, and he hits him in the head with the wrench. Rose's mom is yelling, El Nino, El Nino. And, Coffee's on the floor, and, you can tell that Handsome Luke is holding restraint not to keep hitting him, so we can see he has a temper, but in that moment, he kind of has it under control, which makes us still like him. But we also know he isn't someone we should mess around with. And now he is outside, holding baby Jason, waiting for the cops to come to arrest him for assault.
Second degree, which is a felony in the state of New York. When such a complaint is filed, you have the right to an adjournment to obtain a lawyer. Counselor, do you wish to waive any further reading of the arraignment?
We would, Your Honor, and on behalf of my client, I enter a not guilty plea.
Given the history that I am aware of this defendant and as well the allegations, I'm going to set bail in the amount of $2,500. Bail may be posted either in cash or by bail bondsman. In the meantime, I will issue the temporary order of protection requiring this defendant to refrain from violent, offensive, assaultive, or harassing conduct and to remain away from the defendant until further order.
Here's your money. Thanks for bailing me out. I want to do two in one day. I want to do the trust code brandy wine. When all those fucking pigs are coming after me, I want to split out the back. I want to go down to Rotterdam and I want to do that First National.
You know something, Luke? If you ride like lightning, you're gonna crash like thunder. I'm not gonna let you bring us both down.
Fuck that. Don't be such a fucking pussy.
No, man. So, can't do it. Won't do it. You made your fucking choice. Fuck you. Hey, you know what? If you go out tonight, big truck, be less visible. Last fair route, dude. I'm done.
You're fucking done.
So right now, Handsome Luke is trying to make things right with Ro, even though, he caused issues and he hit a guy with a crowbar. He's trying to give her some of the money he has stashed away from robbing the banks. Like, hey, give this to Jason. Clearly I can't be in his life. I'm not good at this, stuff like that. While that's happening, Rob is tearing apart Handsome Luke's dirt bike using not a flamethrower, but like a welding torch. So he's welding it in like 5 different pieces right now because Handsome Luke wants to rob 2 banks. And he's going, no, I'm not going to do it. You're being dumb. It's too hot. We're going to get caught. I'm not in. If you do it on your own. So Rob's hope is to stop Handsome Luke from robbing these banks, and he thought the best way to do that is to destroy his bike. As he's destroying his bike, Bro and Handsome Luke are trying their best, Handsome Luke is trying his best to fix things from earlier, but also for not being there for baby Jason. It has not been working. It is now morning, and Handsome Luke is staring at his destroyed bike. Not pleased. Very upset. The heist right now is not going as planned. Handsome Luke forgot his sunglasses. Sounds weird, but like he has a face tattoo, so really easy to see. Oh, hey, this guy. Then go, well, there was a guy who just got arrested with a face tattoo. It's probably him. Then he gets inside the bank. Clearly, he has not planned the heist out because there are giant glass windows. And how he robs the bank is he hops up on the desk and says, give me the money. Well, he can't hop on the desk. It's a bunch of giant bulletproof glass windows. So now all the people are trying to throw this backpack full of money over the glass window. Or door, or, window thing. Clearly, they are not, because it's older women and very scrawny dudes, so they don't have enough willpower to throw the backpack up, causing Handsome Luke to get very angry because, well, hey, I gotta get out of here now. He has bought a new dirt bike, and the new dirt bike is not like his old dirt bike, and it just stalled. So things are not looking well for Handsome Luke right now. There's a cop legitly right behind him. Here's the thing, that hasn't happened before. Handsome Luke has always been out before the cops. That's what. Cops are right there, right on his tail. So we're very nervous, very scared that Handsome Luke is not going to get out of this. this is the introduction to Bradley character in the film. He is a cop, and now he is a cop who is chasing Handsome Luke down the street. Handsome Luke is trying to get away from the bank robbery. Not doing well. This is a very intense moment, but I'm gonna interrupt that. Right now, Bradley Cooper is a police officer, and he's looking for Handsome Luke, and Bradley Cooper's like an attractive actor, and it's funny to see if this is my view and opinion, I have no clue if this is real, but I think every time Bradley Cooper wants to play a more down to our standards of human, like just our everyday kind of guy, like he did in Silver Linings Playbook, where he was playing, a bipolar history teacher. He cut his hair. So I feel when he plays roles where he's supposed to be this very attractive guy, he has long hair, but if he wants to play roles where he's just your blue-collar, everyday kind of Joe, he'll cut his hair. I don't know if that's entirely true. I haven't asked him or any movies he's been a part of, but to me it's a good theory. Right now, Handsome Luke is inside of someone else's house, making a phone call to Roe, explaining to not tell baby Jason about him, because he tried to be a father for a small amount of time, couldn't do it, and now he's messed up big time, and don't tell him that his father's a bank robber.
I'm in trouble. I'm in some lady's house. Where would you do a favor for me, please? Just one thing, I'll never ask for anything again. Look, don't tell him about me, okay?
So what just happened was Bradley Cooper's character banged on the door. It said police. Open the door. Handsome Luke was on the phone telling Roe not to tell Jason about him. Bradley Cooper shoots. Handsome Luke shot, falls out the window. As he's falling out the window, he shoots Bradley Cooper in the leg area. Bradley Cooper is on the ground. He goes over to the window to see what happened. Handsome Luke has fallen to the ground and died. He's dead. There's a lot of blood, and he's dead. The screen has turned black, and now there's like a hissing motion, and we're now in a hospital watching Bradley Cooper's character in the hospital recovering from the bullet shot that Handsome Luke gave him. The thing about Place Beyond the Pines is that it's basically 3 movies mixed into one. Handsome Luke, Chapter 1, if we were, Bradley Cooper's Chapter 2, and then Chapter 3 is Bradley Cooper's and Handsome Luke's kids, and they become friends. So it's a 3-parter. My favorite part is the Handsome Luke part, and that's usually where I just stop watching because I kind of don't care anymore. It doesn't interest me. So that's where I end the commentary, is just, basically Chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. I had fun doing this. Hoping that you picked up on the audio when I wasn't speaking. And if it didn't, my bad. The next time will be better. Cool. Thank you very much.